What's up guys, we're gonna build beats today. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make some simple beats that sound really good. With that being said, let's hop into the video. So we're hopping right into the melody. So this is the sound that I have. Hard buzz on 160 BPM. So here we have some things labeled here. So I just label them. I'll go through them as we, make the sound, but this one we want our main melody to be kind of vague. So we don't want to make it too crazy because this is for simple stuff, simple things that work. So let's go in here and we could just start on A. I'm gonna turn this down a bit. Guess it doesn't change that much. So what we're gonna do is pretty much use fifths. Okay, and then I like fifths because it's open and you can kind of change the melody how you need. So we're gonna go up 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and then we go up 7 again, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and then what you can do is just kind of animate these and pull them over and stuff like that. And then maybe do like a thirds, something like that might work. And I'm gonna pull these back. I'll let these leak over slightly. Okay, I want to clean it up a bit. So I'm gonna just copy this over. Again, this is supposed to be very simple. Now over here, what we can do is you can just use your ear at this point, but if you want a quick trick, if you see two notes that are right next to each other, you'll know that to get to another note, at least in the major and minor scales, you have to skip one space. So technically these spaces you won't use, right? And then the note after it you can use. Okay, but you can't use these in between. All right, so we can use this note and then we can skip another space, use this note. And I'm gonna copy that over. And we can go down 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Boom. Okay, sounds pretty. Now we have a violin for our high fluff. Now the reason I named it high fluff, and yes, these are made up words. High means just a higher frequency, like a higher sound. And fluff is just kind of like, it's just going to fill in space, but you don't want it to be a very distinct melody necessarily, right? You want it to be kind of vague, just like the main melody. So here, what we can do is we can take this range, right? And if you kind of know the notes, these are the notes that you can use, right? So we can just pick a spot first. Pull them over. I think we can let this go pretty long, and then at the end, let's see. Very simple. It's not a super memorable melody, but it's very simple. It gets the job done. It's not annoying. So yeah, that is our high fluff, or like a counter. So now our mid fluff will be something that is not as high, maybe like, piano Rhodes, stuff like that. Okay. Next up, we have a piano here. So that's what it sounds like. So same thing with when you have counters or like side melodies, all you have to do is really just take the same notes that you've been adding. So we can just kind of remember some of these notes. I'm gonna start on the E, since that's where the violin starts, and then we'll adjust these sounds, don't worry, they'll sound a lot better when we put like effects on them. Let's pull this up. And the reason I'm walking through and showing, like, I wouldn't actually place the note like this and then pull it up. I would just place it. I'm just trying to show anyone who doesn't know how to get there how I'm getting there. We can just kind of move this over. copy it over here in the same place, and then go down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna cut that off. All right, I like that. It sounded pretty good. Now it is sounding very dry, so what we're gonna do is add some effects, and then I'll show you kind of what I added. Now we're going over the effects real quick. So this is for our main sound. So what we want to do here is make this kind of, we want to turn it into a mood. We don't really want it to be the melody necessarily, but we want to turn it to a mood. So we're going to use these effects. So here are stock effects, just in case you don't have third-party plugins, or maybe you just want an idea on how to combine certain plugins. So here I have gross beat. Okay, and then this will kind of make it sound like, you know, slowed. And then what I would use next is an EQ, something like this, and I'll probably have to turn this up. Right, and I want that, right? We want that to sound kind of drowned out. And then we put reverb to make it ambient. And then we would add our other instruments on top, right? And then add our bass, and it'll sound really good. But for here, this is what I actually use here. So for this one, I chose this preset Crayon. It's kind of the same thing. It's just kind of like, it's got like some bounce on it. Very simple. Okay. Now over here we have our violin and, you know, EQs and stuff. And then I just use a reverb for this. Okay, we turn the dryness down, and a gross beat, and I just use this 1/2 gate. Okay, and this is what it sounds like. All right, and then for our piano, I just use this preset Moon Crest from this Makeup Bank here. I just thought it was interesting, so. So this is before, and then with. Just kind of adds that darkness to it. So it's the whole thing. All right, so those are the effects. Now we're gonna go ahead and take care of the drums in 808. Lastly, we're gonna take care of the drums. So we just do all one shot. I went ahead and added the snare because it's just super simple. You add your little snares, and then you set the next bar, and then everything's all good. So let's go ahead and, you know, add our 808. So this sounds a bit off. We might have to. And then maybe we can use the A over here. And I'm gonna mute these real quick because I don't want to ruin the end for myself. And then let's space this out a little bit more. I think that's fine. Let's pull it down an octave. I like that. All right, so for the hi-hats, real simple here. We don't always got to do anything crazy. And I'm gonna just apply this to the 808. So I'm going off of the 808. Keep it like this. Let's just copy it over. Okay, think that's good. I'm gonna turn that down. Could fix it up a little bit more, but I think that's fine because it's supposed to be simple, fast and simple stuff. So here's the whole beat all together. Probably should have mixed it a little bit, but all right, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.